I extend a warm welcome to all our dignitaries present here. The 3665 Sir Vishweshwara Memorial Lecture. Our speaker for today is Professor Dr. R. Velraj, Vice Chancellor, Anna University, Chennai. May I request Professor R. Velraj to kindly come up on the stage. Thank you, sir. May I request our President, Dr. H.O. Thackeray, to present a bouquet of flowers to him. A round of applause, please. I request our President, Dr. H.O. Thackeray, to give the welcome address, sir.
Dr. R. Velraj, Vice Chancellor, Anna University, past presidents, my council colleagues, corporate members, distinguished delegates, guests, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the 65th Sir M. Visvesvaraya Memorial Lecture instituted in the memory of Bharat Ratna Sir Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya, the great technocrat cum philosopher of the country. We have with us today Dr. R. Velraj, Vice Chancellor, Anna University, to deliver this lecture. I now request Major General M.J. Seali, Secretary and Director General of the institution, to formally present the background of the memorial lecture and also to introduce the distinguished speaker. Thank you.
May I now request Dr. R. Velraj to kindly deliver the lecture.
Good afternoon. It's my great privilege to deliver this 65th Vishwesvaraya Memorial Lecture during this 37th Indian Engineering Congress. First, I would like to Institution of Engineers India for the opportunity given to deliver this wonderful lecture. This theme chosen by Institution of Engineers is very apt to the present era. It's how to make our India Atmanirbhar, self-reliant India. So on this page, I would like to give my lecture. You must be knowing the transformation in engineering and technology development, how we have grown during the last 200 years. So before this, it was the prehistoric time, and this industrialization took place during the last 200 years. Very recently, last 2 or 3 decades, it's the information era. That too, very recently, rather than information, we can say it's a knowledge economy. The knowledge, those who have knowledge are going to rule the world. So that scenario, so the opportunity is very high for our Indians. So all these days, lot of infrastructure investment required for the growth of any industry. But now this economical growth is based on this knowledge economy. So our Indians have bright chance for the growth in this present era. And I would like to show some of the scenario prevailing in the present day. This, as per the projection, by 2050, we will be second in the world in the GDP, next to China. And since the lifestyle is increasing, our demand also it's going to increase enormously. Even the agricultural growth, the demand you can see, the food grain demand by 2050, it's going to be 345 million tons. The gap is 30 million tons, it's going to be. That means we need to increase our agricultural production also. Same way, fruits and vegetables demand also going to increase to 650 million tons by 2050. There will be, as per the projections, there will be a gap of 320 million tons. That means we need to enhance that. The present growth rate is not sufficient. When there is a growth, always there is an emission. As of now, our emission, that is the pollution what we make, is comparatively small compared to the developed nation. But India is going to emerge as a powerful country in the coming days. So we need to see any development, the sustainable growth. Otherwise, our contribution to the, that is, atmospheric disaster should not increase. So we should see in every aspect sustainable growth without damaging to the environment. And in the education side also, you can see the students who are going abroad are very high, but we are not able to attract foreign students to our institutions. This scenario also should change. So internationalization should increase. The mobility of our students as well, the students coming from abroad to India should increase in the coming days. So there is a survey conducted among the 11,000 students. Our students, where they opt, most of the students are going for higher studies, and this is the survey conducted, the graduates, undergraduate students. So you can see where our students are going. Still, there are several students, that is out of 11,000 students, 1,335 students, they do not know what to do. So that means proper guidance is not there. Okay, here for our India's, this theme of this Congress is making India self-reliant. So anything, we need to make a SWOT analysis. If we make the SWOT analysis for our country, we will know the strength, weakness, opportunity and threat. So we will know where we have to focus in the coming days. So if you see the strength, so anything, wherever if we want to showcase our country, first we need to showcase our strength. So on that aspect, our traditions, heritage and cultural values are very rich. That we have to showcase. Already we have a strong leadership as of now. This is the time we need to project our country in a very big way. Our country, India also got the G20 presidency. So this is the time we can project our strength to the whole world. That is by strength only, by showcasing our strength only, we can get respect from the whole world. So already the yoga concept is projected in a big way by our Prime Minister. That is also giving good respect. And presently our youth power, the youth power is very high. So we should encourage how to utilize our youth power. You know this, the average Indian, that is Indian age is, it's only 25. Out of 130 crore population, that means more than 65 crores people of India are with less than 29 years. That means it's a very young country. Now this next 20 to 25 years, we have very good opportunity to become a very good powerful leader in this world. Okay, always what are all the challenges also we should know. Whenever there is a strength, why it is with all this power, youth power, why we are not able to succeed. So societal upliftment, there are some difference of, that is community difference, lot of difference. Societal upliftment, everybody should be, that inclusiveness should be promoted in a large way. And sustainability, we need to bring, and economics also, economic development is required. Okay, weakness, if you see, the weakness, it's a very, how to overcome the weakness we need to understand. The weakness point, if you see, wealth gap is very high. Very small percentage of people are having surplus money, but the major population of this country is still below average level. So how to reduce this wealth gap? So political interference and corruption, if you avoid, then this gap will be reduced. So that is also one of the weakness. social entropy in policy making. So what is social entropy, I will explain later. Why anything which is very fast, there will be a disorder. So there is a social entropy in policy making. That is also one of the weakness in our system, and internal conflict. But now we have lot of opportunity to grow. These are the various sectors where we have lot of opportunity: education, in research, innovation and entrepreneurial development, technology for society, technology for economy, technology for revolution. If you do this, definitely we can overcome all this our weakness, and utilizing our strength, we can project ourselves in the whole world, and we receive good respect, and definitely our country will become a powerful country in the world scenario. And as per our Prime Minister's vision, this country will become Atmanirbhar country. And okay, these are here I have shown this our strength, this realization. So, citizen-centric reformations. Now we have very good leader that we should encash. So, citizen-centric policy we need to evolve. And Swami Vivekananda told, we all know from him, the youth can do anything. Now we have youth power. Now we have, this country has youth power. So now our Modi ji is also calling our youth for the development of our nation. Definitely there will be a good transformation shortly, it's going to happen. And our heritage, this heritage, all these 200 years, some of our heritage were disappeared. Now we need to bring back our heritage to get good respect from the whole world. And all our strength in the yoga, and during this pandemic only we understood the power of our traditional medicines. These medicines also we should bring back in a very successful way. We all became addicted for the allopathy medicines. We need to bring back our traditional values in the medicinal side also. So increasing the formation of human capital will support long-term growth, leading to prosperity and quality of life, and developing responsible citizenship. And these already I have told, these are the various weaknesses. How to avoid that also I have told here. It's a political interference and internal conflict is there that we need to overcome. Social entropy. What I mean by social entropy, so anything if it is fast, there will be a disorder. Anything, that is the law of nature. Anything, we have started several engineering colleges for the benefit of students. But what happens, the number growth was very fast, we didn't have the teachers to teach properly. The students who came for engineering college, we couldn't provide very good, better education. So their lives, in fact, I felt many times, these students, if they would not have joined in engineering, their life would have been better, because the infrastructure and teachers availability and all not conducive. Why it is happening? It is very fast growth. You should know, anything which is very fast, it will not be a sustainable growth. Now, then there will be a fast growth and there will be a chaos, then it will take correction phase. Now, in the education side, we are in the correction phase. So like this, not only in education side, any field, if it is very fast, that is why I am referring this as social entropy. Any development, when we make policy, it should be a sustainable growth. Otherwise, there will be a disorder. That is happening in many sectors. And the wealth gap, how to reduce this wealth gap, all digital transformation. If you bring transparency in A to Z activities, definitely this wealth gap we can reduce. Obviously, now this ignorance is exploited by many people. But if we make everything transparent, this gap we can definitely reduce, that for which we need digital transformation in all A to Z activities. Wherever you are, you try to make it transparent everything, then this gap will definitely reduce in a short period in our country. So these are the key components to play that is required for the development, shift from rule to role. We should play our role. We should not try to rule. Rural empowerment, harness youth force, women empowerment, industrialization and inclusiveness and adaptability, zero corruption. If you do this, definitely that are the governance. If we start doing this kind of governance, definitely there will be a growth. They're like that. In the policy framework side, what we need to do, in the ecosystem, digital ecosystem, green ecosystem, innovative ecosystem, entrepreneurial ecosystem, peaceful ecosystem, these we need to evolve. So execution side, strategic planning is required, and importing traditions, preserving heritage, that will lead to higher increase our GDP and all wherever our institutions will get high ranking. Though it's a very big country, very good institutions are there. Still we are not able to achieve some, in the world level, some 100 rank. None of our very good institutions are also not able to achieve that. But if we do all planning, if it is proper, definitely we can achieve that. And our best qualities in our country is Satyam, Nityam, Puranam. So Satyam is faith, that is truth. And Nityam is sustainability. And if you have truth in everything, definitely there will be a sustainable growth. Then we will receive this Puranam. That means the wholeness we will achieve. So technology roadmaps for the societal development, economic development and revolution. Everywhere, wherever you are. So you should plan properly for the technological growth. These are the requirement for societal development. Whether you are doing for the societal growth or economic growth, or you are making any revolution through policy makings. These are the various ideology to reach target points of economic empowerment. So only these things, if you do, it is possible to achieve self-reliant India by 2047. Now we are in the Amrit Kaal period. After 75th year of independence, these 25 years we are going to call as Amrit Kaal. Definitely we will achieve the self-reliant India by 2047, that for which everybody's ingenious contribution is required. So all these days we have been telling make in India, but made in China we are telling, made in Germany we are telling. But still we are telling make in India, but shortly it should become made in India. Made in India, people should tell made in India, made in India. Normally in our mind, made in China, made in Germany, made in Japan, it's coming. But make in India, we have been telling make in India. This should be changed as shortly our engineers' contribution is required. In many ways, our research should be translated into product development. Product development should be commercialized, for which a lot of entrepreneurial ecosystem, incubation, all these are required. This ecosystem is coming in a big way through our central government and state government help in all the engineering institution. Hope shortly we will become self-reliant, and definitely we can change this word make in India to made in India shortly. Yeah, this is what I have been telling. This in any development we do not know. Even scientific research, we are researchers. Our knowledge is, whatever invention we are doing, our knowledge is limited within a circle. But within a circle, you may try to enhance something, enhance the power. You may invent some new thing. But whatever invention you do, out of that boundary, there will be a disorder. Whatever you make, whatever invention, this is law of nature. Any scientist may invent something, but the disorder he make out of his boundary will be higher than what perfection he is going to get within the system. That one should understand. So what we need to do, whether we are making higher disorder to the surrounding or higher perfection to this system, definitely nobody can make higher perfection in the system than the orderly disorder you make the surrounding. But the disorder should be very minimal. how it is possible. Whenever we make any policy, any development, we need to put we should make the boundary higher. Then this disorder level will be. Within our knowledge, if you try to make something, if you don't bother about the surrounding, the disorder level will be very high. For example, I can quote a lot of examples for that. For example, all these years, we know the power of sun. But very recently, we understood, after making disaster to the whole environment, now we understood, okay, solar energy is the sustainable solution. But human mind is powerful. But we understood this very recently. No, this at the time of evolution of the earth, the carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere was only 65 ppm. Before this industrial revolution took place, it reached, that means after several millions of years, this carbon dioxide level reached 165 ppm. 65 to 165 ppm to reach, it took several millions of years. But after this industrialization in the last 200 years, in the year 2000, this level became 165 ppm to 365 ppm. Now in the last 20 years, when this large revolution took place in these countries like India and China, where the population is 40% of the world population, this became 365 to 415 ppm. Every year that increase is around 3 ppm, parts per million. If it reaches 600 ppm, no human being can live in this planet. No human being can live in this planet if this carbon dioxide level reaches 600 ppm in the atmosphere. So the days are not too far. If it is in the same rate, hardly we can live in this planet for another 60 years only. But now we understood the concept of sustainability. We should not make any disorder in the new invention. Any policy making should be sustainable. Any development should be sustainable. That is what I want to tell this. Social entropy, any policy, if you start more engineering colleges, means it is also making lot of disorder, more than the requirement. Fast growth. During this fast growth, a lot of families, they lost their wealth, because most of the parents, Indian parents, they give 2/3 of their earnings throughout their life for their education. But after engineering education, they found they are not suitable for doing any job. So it is a disaster we made in the fast growth of engineering education. That anything, if it is fast, you can see something. So all these years, very fast, we have burned all the coal, all the fossil fuel reserves in this planet. What happened now? The carbon dioxide level is reaching a saturation level. Now we are thinking how to protect this planet. Now hereafter, this measures any energy, because for our life comfort we need energy. But energy generation is possible at the cost of making disorder to the environment. So this environment, without making, so here only I am telling, energy generation only should not be our focus. Protecting this environment also should be the focus, so that it will be a sustainable generation, sustainable growth, disorder level will be very low. The sustainable, that is why now the whole world started sustainable development goals in all activity. In all activity, we brought these sustainable development goals. So there are 17 goals, 169 targets, and 230 indicators. So everybody, we should bring inclusiveness. Only if whole world grows, then this world will become peaceful. Otherwise, there will be a war. So the inclusivity is the first concept. The universal 5 P's they are telling: people, prosperity, peace, partnership, and protecting this planet. These are all the major themes of the sustainable development goals. So now India is growing. So all these developed nations, when they have grown, they didn't know the concept of sustainability. So when they have grown, they made this planet disaster. But now we are growing, we should understand the environmental the concept and the environment disaster what we make, and considering this environment also into the system, we should develop, then it will be a sustainable growth. So India has lot of traditions, I told. So now in the education also, education 1.0 was only teaching. Education 2.0 was including research. Education 3.0 is community service. Education 4.0 was innovation, but still we are struggling for innovation. But now we understood the need for education 5.0, where this our Indian traditions should also include. That means our consciousness, soul, mind, everything should brought with this. The spirituality in education should be brought. The spirituality in education should be brought, and the cosmic power, everything should be known to everyone. That is already our Indian traditions knows this about this. So we should bring these concepts in our education. So spirituality in education should be brought. Then that is what education 5.0 it says. And where we lost traditions in agro sector. So I can say many sectors. I want to say few sectors where we have lost our inclusion of tradition. So, so we have the fertility of the soil is no more, it is there. This ongoing innovation, lot of innovations are there, but we spoiled that soil fertility. Now we are trying to bring lot of other measures how to grow these agricultural products. So how to bring sustainable growth. Sustainable growth, what we need to bring this, now we are telling about organic farming and all, organic farm. These things should be brought inside so that soil fertility can be preserved. So otherwise, if the same kind of fertilizers are being used, after a few years we cannot cultivate anything. We cannot cultivate anything. We need to bring this sustainable way of agricultural revolution, how it is possible we need to see. Like that, in health sector also. Health sector, these allopathy medicines are brought lot in a large way. Now we all understood one injection if we make, it will make a damage to the other part of our health, other system. Only after this COVID period, lot of awareness about the health we received, and our power of traditional medicines are also known to many Indians during this COVID pandemic time. So we should bring engineering in our traditional medicine and how to bring a very good health system without a low cost, that is medicines should be available, medical equipment should be available low cost, that is possible with our engineering, marvelous. Otherwise all these biomedical equipments what we bring to our country, we are giving some 100-fold price to the companies which are supplying this biomedical equipment. Then these hospitals are charging more. Our all 1% of our population can take that kind of care, but not all the 90% of the people are not capable of giving money for that kind of health care. So we need to develop lot of low-cost biomedical instrumentation for our country. That there also our traditional knowledge also, if it is taken care, definitely it is possible to evolve. So our engineering in Vedas, if you see, lot of engineering knowledge is available. I used to tell this fluid dynamics knowledge, this aerodynamics knowledge were all available in all these material properties. How to, that kind of marvelous with the knowledge available, even it is not available in our literature. The olden Vedas, lot of knowledge is available. So that knowledge, our youngsters should be informed about this wealthiness of the knowledge available in our traditional Vedas. If they, this, I was in Germany for 2 years, all the medical doctors, those who are coming from German, that is medical institutions, they should learn either Sanskrit, Greek or Latin, because all the wealth is available in these old languages. But we forgot about this Sanskrit language. It is a must for any student coming from German medical universities, medical institutions, they should learn any one of these old language, Sanskrit. So they understood the power of our Indian language, but we are not using the power of this Sanskrit language. Lot of informations are available in our, that too particularly medicine, materials and fluid dynamics, all these areas, lot of traditional knowledges are available. So this is the field I am working. I used to say our some 100 years ago, the engineers, they constructed very good building. We don't require any air conditioner. Am I right? But in the last 50 years, there may be a lot of civil engineers. They study only strength of material. They don't study heat transfer. Am I right? Civil engineers are not taught heat transfer. But in a shelter where we need thermal comfort. So what they did all these 50 years with their marvelous achievement in strength of material, they reduced the thickness of this wall from this to this. But then, those days, till 6 o'clock in the evening, the sun energy cannot enter into the building. But now, immediately after the sunshine, 10 o'clock, the heat energy will penetrate into the building. Then the civil engineers gave opportunity for the air conditioning engineers. So the air conditioning growth was very high in the last few years. Now these air conditioning engineers, the building owners, they understood. The construction of cost is also, it's very easy to manage, but this operational cost is very high. You know, there is a tidal park, tidal park, it was constructed in the year 1996. That time the whole building was constructed with the investment cost of 100 crores. But now every year they are paying 32 crores for their electricity bill. Mainly 60% of that is for air conditioning, the central air conditioning system. So they gave opportunity, civil engineers gave opportunity to the air conditioning engineers. Now these building owners are trying to find energy efficient buildings. So I'm an energy engineer, so I know how this opportunity came to us for energy efficient building, passive construction and all. This kind of, because there is a very good city in Karaikudi, all the houses are very good constructions. But now these civil engineers, they forgot about the traditional knowledge, and it's all low cost building they say, but the low cost, operative cost is very high. Operational cost is very high. So after my lot of research, I have guided students, some 50 students received a PhD under my supervision. After this lot of research, what I found out, ultimatum is there in our human system. Whether it's civil engineering or mechanical engineering, control and instrumentation, electronics, computer, the ultimatum is there in our human system. So if you want to invent something more, whatever you have, you look inward, you will get the answer. So because the human system has the ultimate, that's pump, the heart pump which is operating, nobody can make such a kind of pump. The kind of blood flow, for even if you live 100 years without maintenance, it is going on. So that kind of marvelous thing is available in our human system. So engineers, those who want to develop any product development or whatever improvement in a system, if you want, you look inward, you will get the answer. So all ideological key drivers are linked with the education. So whatever it is, any society, finally, with a good education only, the societal transformation is possible. So whatever, anywhere something may go wrong, but in education, if something goes wrong, that society cannot forward. So those who are in the teaching field, research field, your contribution is very much required for the societal upliftment. So education is required for all this growth, for the sustainable development. And I stop with this. So any development, we are engineers going to contribute for the development of the society through our innovation, product development, and a lot of commercial establishments. But everywhere we need to see sustainable growth. If sustainability is there, this mankind can live in this planet forever. And that kind of scenario, this is engineers' role. We need to maintain the sustainability in any development. Then definitely we can achieve this self-reliant, with the sustainability only it is possible, self-reliant Bharat. And I thank the Institution of Engineers for this opportunity given to share some of my views in this big forum. Thank you for the opportunity.
We thank Professor Velraj for his enriching and enlightening words. I would now request our President, Dr. H.O. Thackeray, to honor our guest by presenting a shawl and plaque.